Hi, everyone. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. Let me mute this. I want to share this with you. No, not that. I want to mute this live stream where people are out in front of Gabby's house right now, screaming and yelling. I just need to hide it from here. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So, are you guys hearing the echo right now? It's major chaos happening over there. Let me get rid of it. Can you hear that? They're screaming. So I'm Kathryn. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. This is a last minute live that I just decided to do to bring you the information on Gabby Petito and what's going on there. I need to close this because I want to share it with you, what's going on over there at Brian Laundrie's house. There is chaos, total chaos going on over there right now. Can you hear it? Okay. I want to share it with you, but I'm not finding the right. Here we go. Laundrie home investigation. Okay. Now I can share it with you. I'm just going to move it so it's over here. And then we can see it. You guys can still see me, I hope. Okay, let's share my screen and the audio. Because, I mean, I wanted to tell you some stuff that was going on, but I think this is important. All right, there we go. Let me know if you have a problem seeing this. And I'm going to mute myself for a few minutes so you can watch it.
There's evidence. Yeah. We gotta back up. Hey, everybody on that side. Justice for Gabby! Yeah, you guys come on. So we're the FBI. I went inside. Here's Gabby! Here's Gabby!
All right, people are pissed. They're using the F word and everything out there. So I don't know.
I did not see it.
I mean, I guess you're allowed as long as you're not on their yard to protest. I'm sure neighbors are upset, but it's very chaotic right now. And I didn't even know this was going on when I decided to start this live stream. I wanted to come on and tell you the things that I did find out today that were going on. For example, that there is a, I'm gonna mute this for a minute. We can watch. So it's still on. Let's see. Let's do it this way. There we go. That's probably good. Anyway, can you still hear? I gotta turn them down because you can probably hear it through my speaker now. Oh my goodness, I have to turn them down. Let me just mute them. How about this? It's major chaos, and I am like so flustered because I didn't expect that, to be honest. I'll bring it back in a minute. It's just, there were a couple things going on. You can hear me good? Okay. That background noise with them chanting, though, is that I kind of wanted to keep an ear out for something, but is that super distracting if I keep on their background noise? You might still be able to hear it. Because I can. Hopefully it's not too obnoxious for you, okay? I kind of want to keep it low so I can hear what's going on without staring at it. So a couple things today happened. There was a young woman who said that she picked up Brian hitchhiking in Grand Tetons on the 29th. He talked about Gabby, said she was back. Did you all get to see that? Because I did make a copy of it, and I can share that if you would like. You want me to share that while all this chaos is going on over here? Hi, Life of Chaos, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know, it's crazy. I mean, they really should be able to do their job without the mob. Okay. So it says it's live on there right now. I may be rewound so you could see it. I think it's still live, but let me remove it from here for now so we can talk about this case and mute them. Okay. So I'm going to fast forward all the way up. Yeah, there's a cop. Okay, let me share it again with you because there's a cop standing out front now. And let's get me back here so you guys can see this. There's a police officer. Here now. Okay, let's see. And it's a little dark. I guess they got control of the situation, it looks like. And there's a police officer standing out there now. So yeah, I did rewind, Leighton, a little bit. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Liz Can. Hi, Mama D. So anyways, I'll go back. I kind of just jumped in here. I just got off work and I wanted to come and do a live stream for you because I wanted to tell you what was going on. And then as soon as I was going to tell you all about the girl with the recording who picked up Brian as a hitchhiker on August 29th, I got a message that the police were in the Laundrie house right now. So I was like, okay, I got to get that on there too. So I'm a little bit, somebody's going to come along and be like, your channel sucks, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I don't care. I just think it's important to bring the stuff when it's happening. It's Friday night. I'm going to do a live Saturday morning, my normal live. But since there's been so much going on in this case, I thought, why not? What the heck? It's Friday. TGIF. So I'm looking at, they were just kind of, Life of Chaos, they were just kind of loud. I mean, they were going, somebody was yelling the F word and where's Gabby and yada, yada, yada. So it looks like they moved them all back a little bit. Okay, here's my update. My sister, Northport Police said Northport PD are currently speaking with the Laundrie family at their request. At this time, we are not speaking with Brian's. More details when available. So the parents are now talking to, the police. That's progress, I think, right? So, okay, I want to show you, what I really want to show you is this girl who actually is like probably the best witness we have so far that's come forward in any of this. So let me share that. And okay, this is going to be a different screen. I have to switch over to this. And I will mute myself before I start it. Hi there. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations on Kathryn. I wanted to just follow up with my last video that I posted on September. I want to share the one with the TikTok girl, the witness. Okay, now I got it up. Let's do this. You see it okay? Okay, I'm going to mute me and you're going to hear her now.
And on August 29th, my boyfriend and I picked up Brian at Grand Teton National Park at 5:30 at night at Coulter Bay. I'm hoping this can help someone identify him because I saw him from TikTok, which then made me call the authorities. And my boyfriend and I have been in contact with a bunch of different people to help piece together different parts of this case. But we picked him up at Coulter Bay, like I said, at 5:30. He approached us asking us for a ride because he needed to go to Jackson, which we were going to Jackson that night. So I said, hop in. He hops in the back of my Jeep. We then, proceeded to make small talk. But before he came in the car, he offered to pay us like $200 to give him a ride, like 10 miles. So that was kind of weird. He then told us he's been camping for multiple days without his fiance. He did say he had a fiance and that she was working on their social media page back at their van. Then once, in conversation, I brought up, we're going to Jackson. He freaked out. He's like, nope, I need to get out right now. Pull over. So we pulled over at the Jackson Dam, which I don't know if you know Teton Park, but it's not very far from Coulter Bay. And if this does reach people, I can post pictures of, exactly where we were. We picked him up and the whole route or whatever, and screenshots of the timestamps. We dropped him off at 6:09 p.m. on August 29th. He kind of hurried out of the car, and then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go find someone else to, hitchhike. And we're like, okay. It was a weird situation. So when we picked him up, he was wearing a backpack. He had a long sleeve pants, hiking boots, and he had scruff. But he didn't look dirty. For someone who was camping for multiple days, he didn't look dirty. He didn't smell dirty. So that part was kind of weird. And I'm just really hoping that they find her. And this helps someone remember seeing him or, something like that. Hi, my name is Miranda Baker. To clarify a few things that people are confused on still, when he asked to ride, he has to go to Jackson, which if you're familiar with the area, a lot of people call Jackson Hole Jackson. So that's why I said yes to giving him a ride. But you think any good hiker would know south and north. We were going south out of the park when he said he was camping north. He had told us that him and Gabby were not camping on a regulated campsite through the national park, that they were camping basically out in the middle of nowhere along Snake River. This is key information. He said that he had hiked for days along Snake River, but when looking at his backpack, it wasn't full, and he said all he had was a tarp to sleep on, which you think if you're going camping for days on end, you'd want food and a tent, and he had none of that. And like I said, he looked clean and didn't smell bad. To clarify a few things that people are confused on still, when he asked to ride, he has to go to Jackson, which if you're familiar with the area, a lot of people call Jackson Hole Jackson. So that's why I said yes to giving him a ride. But you think any good hiker would know south and north. We were going south out of the park when he said he was camping north. He had told us that him and Gabby were not camping on a regulated campsite through the national park, that they were camping basically out in the middle of nowhere along Snake River. This is key information. So this is a view of the whole journey with Brian. So that's the top at the park at Coulter Bay, and then we drove him to this dam right here. Then at the dam, we dropped him off at this little turnout, and he said he was going to walk across the street to the parking lot, which was full of people, to continue hitchhiking and look for a ride, because he freaked out when I said Jackson Hole. He said we needed to pull over, even though Jackson and Jackson Hole are the same thing. It's the same town itself. This is the text I sent to my mom at 6:09, right when he got out of the car, saying I was okay because she was freaking out. This is at the park, or at the pickup location, and we were taking a shower. We then walked across, and our car was parked on the left side of the picture, and he talked to us right in the middle. And he was talking to my boyfriend the entire time, but I was the one actually talking, and he was not frantic, and he was very nice, very polite to us. So this is I just want to reiterate again, everything I am telling you guys, I've already told the FBI, I've told the detectives. I am actively in contact with these people who are on the case. So everything I have told you, they do know. I'm just putting this out here because I want to reach people who have maybe seen him that day or have been in contact with him before, after my boyfriend were in contact with him. So this is when we picked him up. The exact time is 5:44. This is to my mom. We picked up a hitchhiker. She's obviously not very happy with me, and I now understand. So some common questions are, did he have a phone? No, he did not have a phone. My boyfriend and I did not see him pull out a phone at all during this time. Another thing is when he freaked out about Jackson. He has to go to Jackson. During the time I said we're going to Jackson Hole. Once I said Jackson Hole, he became agitated. He seemed like he needs to get out. He was kind of antsy, and that's when things got weird. But that's when we pulled over, and I just want to reiterate again, everything I am.
Okay, now I have to mute her. Alrighty. So that to me is probably the most interesting thing that we've seen so far, as far as a witness coming forward or anything like that. I'm just kind of flabbergasted. You can hear me now, right? So anyways, okay. So back to the beginning. There's a cop posted outside of the Laundrie house right now. Sounds like the crowd has quieted down. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 8 p.m. in Florida. One of my cousins was very close to there, so I was texting her last night if she could maybe get us some footage or anything else too as things progress, if there's anything to get. So maybe she'll do that for us as well. I'm like, she should have been over there right now in front of there live streaming. But anyway, the other thing is, you know what? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. We don't usually do this, but other channels do. So why not? If anybody wants to come in, I'm going to put the invite link in here, and you guys can come in and tell me what you think, what you know. If there's anything that I don't know yet that you caught up on, if anybody's brave enough to come on live stream with me, that'd be great. We'll do it for a little bit. Go to 10 Tampa Bay Live on YouTube. Okay, let's try it. Oh, thank you, Sandra Ray. Really, that's so sweet of you. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. 10 Tampa Bay Live. Okay, we're live now. As soon as it comes up, I'll share it. And then I'll remember to mute my own self. I have an issue with that whole muting thing. Okay, let's skip this ad. And okay, so it looks pretty quiet. I'll share. I'm not going to mute me if it's quiet. Okay, there we are. So doesn't look like there's much going on there. Let's see, Heather. Oh, Heather, 10 Tampa Bay. I'm looking at, let me look over here. Oh, there's police come walking around. What did Heather say? Heather said 10 Tampa Bay said the police and FBI are speaking with this family, but not to him. Yeah, that's what I did just hear that. And it says Northport police say Northport PD are currently speaking with the Laundrie family at their request. At this time, we are not speaking with Brian. More details when available. There was also, my sister was telling me there was a press conference. They canceled a press conference that they were going to have. And the missing person report has been released, but it's mostly blacked out. Let's see. Let me go to Twitter to see that. Okay, she's live there. So she had said they entered Brian Laundrie's house with brown bags that are typically used to carry evidence. So she's on top of it here. Oh, okay, here's the, oh goodness gracious, yeah. It's all redacted. It's completely redacted, the missing person report. I mean, it's literally like, I don't even know why they would release it. Can you see it? It's just completely redacted. So all it says on the active criminal investigation, that's it. There's nothing to it. Where's Brian? They said they know where he is. Do you think he's in that house? I don't think he's in that house. I don't think he's in that house. Thank you, Loose Can, for reminding people. I really appreciate that. Heather, I was watching 10 Tampa live less than an hour ago, and they took in evidence bags. Perfect. Hi, Robbie. How are you, buddy? How's life? It is a bizarre situation. Really weird. I've got like all this stuff up on screens because I want to be able to not miss anything. So that was, things are happening so fast in this case. That girl, what do you guys think about the girl? I did put the Robbie, do you want to come on? Like, no, I put the invite here in the thing. Everybody on my people are so shy. I just watch other channels and their subscribers come in and talk. You don't have to. I won't kick you out if you don't. It's dark there. It's already dark. 8 o'clock. All right, so DNA is going to be that. That's what I was thinking. The DNA is going to be in that house for sure. That's what I was thinking about the DNA, because my sister and I were talking about it. She's like, what could they possibly find? I'm sure he got rid of everything by now. I'm like, maybe DNA, but she lived there. So unless there's like, oh, whatever, Robbie, fine. I should be running on my treadmill. That's what I should be doing. Oh, yes, we can chat in Discord if you're a paying member of the show. And if you need the Discord, let me know. I will put it in the community tab. Let's see, Sunshine. Brian is, where is it? Brian is probably at a mental health facility. I wouldn't doubt it. Where do you think he is? They got him hidden away somewhere. Okay, I'm trying to see. I'm recovering from COVID. Listen to everybody. I'm recovering from COVID and don't have much of a voice right now, or I would talk. Okay, thank you, Heather. I see. I see. I call. Can I still see chat, or do I have to totally leave YouTube? No, I don't think you have to, because I can see it and I'm on here. You'll just show up down here too. I think you can still see it. You probably just have to. Sometimes there's an echo when somebody comes in because they don't mute what they're watching, and there's that delay. So you can still see the chat. You can still see the chat, but you have to mute your audio, not yourself, but your audio. I don't know. Give it a whirl. See what happens. Hi, Veronica Lynn. How are you? I'm going to move this because I keep looking over here where the chat is. I'm going to move it. Because the sound is coming from their computer and then goes into their mic. Right, exactly. So they have to mute themselves. I helped Trisha with that last night on WebSys because she was like, the audio she was doing the same thing I do, but I still do it even after I can give her advice on what to do. I know, I know everybody's like, well, it's his Fifth Amendment right, but I don't like that story of him saying his girlfriend, fiance is back at when did he get the van back? Did she kick him out and he was trying to find her? And when he found her, he beat the crap out of her and got rid of her and took the van. That whole hitchhiking scenario, there was definitely something dramatic that happened. I feel like he took her phone, she took the van. I'm just guessing, but does anybody have a good explanation for why last call to her mom was August 25th? Brian's running around being a hitchhiker. And then Gabby's never heard from again. He tells a story of her back at the camping at some place by Snake River. But then he clearly got the van back at some point. Van is in her name. I think it's his van. So why would it be in her name though? If it's his van. Legally it's hers then, but he bought it maybe, something like that. Oh, look at, they're still doing all this. insanity here. What's going on? There's a news lady right there. What's she talking about? Hold on. You guys see her? What is she saying? I got to find out now. Let's put her bigger, but I don't have any sound with her.
Honestly, because like this could someone's daughter, you know, it could be your daughter, you know, someone's family member.
And, you know, people are watching on our live stream right now. Can you just explain to them kind of what you're seeing out here?
A lot of support, honestly. You know, a lot of people showing love. You know, obviously everybody wants to find Gabby. You know, it's a sad story, but hopefully she's found safe.
And do you have any personal connection to Gabby or Brian?
No, I don't, honestly. But like, if this was my family, you know, I'd want support from the community too.
Yeah, and I mean, you're out here, you're supporting. Are you also spreading the word among maybe social media?
Of course, everybody. You know, invited all my friends out here. You know, it's my girlfriend and my friends. You know, I told them a lot more people are out here, so I'm trying to like get a lot of support out here for them.
Hey, anything you would say to Gabby's family?
I'm sorry you guys have to go through this, and I hope she's found safe.
Hey, anything to the Laundries, Brian himself?
I think he's a coward, man. You know, and I really think he should just come clean because you know he's just gonna eat you alive.
And I can confirm to you, just in case you guys haven't heard, happening right now inside the house is police are talking to Brian's family, not Brian himself.
Okay.
So just to keep you guys updated with the information we know. Thank you for speaking with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to take a walk around. My photographer will probably stay over there. But hey, excuse me. I see you guys have signs in your hands. I'm with Channel 10. Any chance you might do a little interview? My photographer is just across the way here. I can step on this side. So what do your signs say? Can you read them to me?
Yeah, my sign says sometimes silence is louder than words. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
And I said speak up, and then I said last to see her, first to not say anything, then man up, and then bring Gabby home, and where's Gabby?
And what about yours?
Mine says, "We think you're guilty, so prove your innocence." And my main hashtag is "She trusted you," because, of course, she did, going across country with him in a van.
Yeah, and engaged as far as we know it. So
Exactly.
talk to me, being out here, where'd you guys come from?
We're actually all the way from Massachusetts, and I feel like we relate to the situation because this is all I have is him, my fiance. He's 23, I'm 21, and I can feel the trust that she definitely felt for him. So I feel like she was completely betrayed in all types of ways.
Blindsided.
Yeah, and it's just honestly disgusting and disturbing how he's just sitting in there listening to this. Like, if you loved her in any way, you need to come clean. Like,
So did you guys travel here just for this?
we actually are from Haines City. We moved to Haines City together, and so that's why he's all I have out here. And but we heard about it all over TikTok, Facebook, everything. So I was looking at it all day, and then I found out that there was going to be the protest tonight. So we drove here to
Okay.
come here to support and try to make a difference.
Yeah, and let me talk to you for a second. So on my own social medias, I mean, I'm a reporter, but just on my personal accounts, I've been seeing, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and like you're just seeing it everywhere. Are you guys posting about it yourselves?
I am. I am posting it on TikTok. I'm gonna make a TikTok about this whole thing tonight, and hopefully we get some answers tonight.
That's something Gabby's dad said today. He's so thankful for people spreading the word. So I know from him, he says thank you. Anything you would say to the family of Gabby?
Stay strong. I know it's hard, but just stay strong.
Keep your head up.
Keep your
Definitely keep your head up.
definitely keep your head up. Stay strong. Keep the focus on Gabby, and just hope they get some answers. And I know they're gonna be aggravated, frustrated, because who wouldn't be? And I know how my mom would feel. So just stay strong, and I'm sure Gabby would want them to stay strong.
Yeah. Hey, anything you would say to Brian himself?
Honestly, to Brian, I would say that he's a coward, and that he's only making matters worse for himself, because how could you do that? Even if you didn't do anything, you're making yourself look guilty because he was all she had. He should be the one to speak up for her.
I feel like you guys can relate to that. I mean, being
definitely.
engaged yourself.
Definitely could relate to that. I know without a doubt that he would have my back and he would stick up for me, and that he would protect me with everything. So
Okay. She really, hold on, let me mute this again on my end. Hold on one second. Yes, he did fly home to, now I'm on the wrong camera. How the heck did that happen? He did fly home. Thank you. Oh, Life of Chaos, thank you so much. That's so much appreciated. Yes, justice for Gabby, for sure. For sure. Now, let me switch because it switched my camera and you won't be able to hear me. All right, I should be good now. Am I back? You guys can see me okay and hear me okay now at this point, hopefully. Or no, you never know. So normally, just to let you guys know, I'm working the kinks out on this whole using an actual good camera versus using the laptop camera. So this is like the third time I've done this, and working with it with StreamYard seems to be a little bit like, wait, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like you have to click here and there, and then you got to go into the settings, and then it switched. Like just now when I did that, it switched itself back. So I don't know. Honestly, I need a back office like these other channels have. Okay, Mama D. Several of my friends are flying from all over Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. We love these areas. All the beautiful outdoor areas have horrible dramas. None of us want these places to be known for this. Seriously. I mean, just the national parks are just so amazingly beautiful, like picturesque, like just God came down and drew a beautiful painting and made them. So I totally get you. Thank you, Luz Can. Appreciate that. Hi, Christian. So what we know, Gabby's boyfriend, Brian, somehow was in Grand Teton on the 29th of August and was back in Florida on the 1st of September. How do you do that? Is that even possible? It was like 6 o'clock, she said, that they dropped him off. The girl that picked him up as a hitchhiker. So 6 o'clock, they dropped him back off. Hi, Christian. And then he got back to, the police say he was back in Florida, in Northport on the 1st. What's the driving time from Grand Teton to Northport, Florida? Should we look? Let me see. Google Map. Oh, I know. I was going to pull up a map anyway, so let's do this. I think that the California park was a big mix-up, Mama D, or he was flustered when he said it, or he was trying to throw somebody off. But that was not in her itinerary, as far as I can tell. Let's go Google Maps. Google Maps. Okay. Hold on. Let's go. Grand. Okay, let me share this with you and we can look at this map because I'm super curious. So, no, yes, yes, better. All right, so Grand Teton, and here's where she was talking about this Coulter Bay Village right here is where they and then they took him to the dam, right? So this is like the route they went, she said. They dropped him off at the dam. So did Brian really, people would remember if he said, well, that's what I mean. That's why if the FBI can't figure out this case, this guy is a 23-year-old, not very smart person. He's not very smart. Whatever he did was not planned well at all, if it was even planned. And he's just a knucklehead. And I do believe this TikTok girl. Yeah, me too, Leighton. I totally believe the TikTok girl. Our neighbor went missing. The whole community was out. We were directed. It's a small community. Unfortunately, she walked into the estuary and it was a sad day for all of us. Oh my gosh, that's awful. You think that Yosemite was to throw off? Very, very, very possibly. So, okay, so if he was like, and then the Snake River, where's the Snake River? Here, this is the Snake River. So this is the dam into the Snake River, right? Yeah, Snake River right here. So he said they were camping in a location near along the Snake River. Hopefully they got drones flying all over there all day, all weekend. I would think. If I was closer, I'd go. My son has a really good drone. Although they maybe wouldn't want me there, but I know, Ruby. I agree. I've never known a case like this either with the loved one refusing to help. Now, if we went from there and got, let's say, directions. How do I get directions? Let's go directions to, we're gonna move this there. Northport. I don't know what their address is exactly, but I don't think Northport's that big. Northport, Florida. Okay. $35 hours. So we're talking, he was here on the 1st and he was here on the 29th. I mean, he would have to drive, like, he would have had to get the van that night and drive nonstop, right? RS Gabries, let me see that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Very much appreciate the donations, you guys. It's very, very kind of you. I really do appreciate it. I think lots of people cover for family. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I had a boyfriend one time that would be like, a real family member doesn't turn someone, they help you bury the body. It was like his weird saying. He would say it all the time. And I was like, no. No, I'm not helping anybody bury a body because you know what? If I got caught, then I'm going to jail too. So nope, you're on your own with that one. We don't. You're right, Mama. So, okay, what do you guys think about this? Can he do that? I mean, he could do it in 35 hours this way, 36 hours this way, comes right back through Wyoming, through Nebraska or Colorado, Kansas, through Missouri, through Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, whichever way he would go, in Georgia and down to Northport. It just seems really fast. I'm just really, really, really stumbling with the hitchhiking thing and where was the van? And then how did he get the van again? Because if he was hitchhiking, then I would assume she was with the van. Unless he ditched the van somewhere and was trying to get back to it. which could be, right? So say he killed her. She was in the van. He had it out in some remote place. But then why would he have left? This part, just my brain isn't working right. I have to think about this one. Bye, Leighton. Take care. I hope you're feeling good. He wasn't sightseeing at that point, right? No, not at all. He would have been jamming. But when you go back to this, back to Grand. Okay, let's look at this. I want to look at this. Where's that? Where she said she picked him up? I lost it. Oh, here, Coulter Bay Village. Okay, so right in here, Jackson Lake Dam. So somehow he was here and they took him there, and that's when he freaked out and got out. Van in Jackson, he fills up and gets seen at that gas station. Wait, what? Oh, thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate that. Thank you for liking my channel. I really appreciate that very much. I feel like I'm always behind on my channel because I work full time. I'm a registered nurse case manager, and I love doing my channel. And like when there's stuff going on, I'm like, oh, wish I didn't have to work, but I got to work. But anyways, but I really appreciate you because sometimes I'm a little behind on things. So thank you so much. Would cadaver dogs be able to detect anything in the van after all this time? I would imagine they would. I would imagine that cadaver dogs would definitely be able to. Yep. I think he already killed her when he flew home and put all her stuff in the storage. But she was alive after that because she was seen. He came back on the 23rd of August. So here's the timeline. They were traveling. They get pulled over by the police in Moab. They get separated for the night on August 12th. We don't know when they hooked back up on August 13th. On August 17th, he goes back to Florida. Did he drive the van or did he fly? Either way, he would have probably had to fly back. If the van was already there so say he took off on the 13th, 14th or whatever she said by herself, I don't know. Where was the van then? Because I don't know of anybody that has any sightings of the van after the day that they got the domestic. Where was the van seen next? That's my first question. My second question is, he went home until the 23rd. He came back. She was in a hotel in Salt Lake City when he came back. So he came back on the 23rd. She's probably in the hotel in Salt Lake City because it's near the airport, right? Because it was near the airport where they stayed. A Fairfield Inn, I think. And then when he came back, they checked out of the hotel. That has been confirmed that they checked out of that hotel. Her dad had sent her pizza on the 23rd. They checked out of the hotel on the 24th. On the 25th, her mom FaceTimed with her. So that was the last time her mom FaceTimed with her. Now we got the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, and now on the 29th, there's a hitchhiker that sees him, or he's the hitchhiker, but they didn't see the van. I had heard that someone saw the van, but is that true? Did someone see the van? And van has been identified in Grand Teton would have it. It has. Okay. Van seen by 2 witnesses August 25th. Okay, perfect. In Jenny Lake. Okay. Okay. Where's Jenny Lake? Let me find Jenny Lake. Because that's where they said that they were looking at Jenny Lake area. They were concentrating on the Jenny Lake area. Now look at that. It's 15 miles from there. These coordinates are interesting because I have a subscriber that, shoot, what happened? I have a subscriber, back to directions, that wanted me, he's really smart. He's on here a lot. Kathryn, can you see Jenny Lake in the map? There are reports that helicopters were there today. Okay, so Jenny Lake Campground is here. Here's Jenny Lake right here. Jenny Lake Overlook, Jenny Lake. I actually I went on Instagram today and I did search for Jenny Lake, and then you can see like most recent pictures. So I was looking at the pictures at Jenny Lake in that week, right? And there was a huge people trail. Like somebody had a video up and there was a trail of people hiking, but it's cliffy. And there was this bunch of trail people. And I was like freeze framing to try to see if they might've been in that trail. So here's Jenny Lake. Jenny Lake Overlook. What's that look like? How do we see? Oh. I guess, is there not a street view of Jenny Lake? Okay, so let's see. There's an overlook here. Parking lot. So there are helicopters there. Jenny Lake is beautiful and great waterfall hikes. Oh, goodness. I mean, it looks beautiful. I've never been there. Cascade Canyon start. Oh, look at that. Yeah. There's waterfalls. See how you can see pictures here? Like latest. So this one, somebody took this picture on September of 21. So this month. Look at the bear. That's pretty scary when you think about it, if he just left her out there, right? There's another one. This was all taken this month already. We're September 17th. So there's another bear. Holy crap. That place is full of bears. So wait, who's somebody that? Grand Teton elevation is 13,775 feet. It is a unique looking band for sure. For sure. There is a small trail hike and more advanced hikers go to the top of the waterfall. A lot of bears. See, these are all from this month. Oh, no, that's from December, but the other ones are from September, December. How pretty. Look at the water. It's super clear. I mean, I think he just ditched her out there maybe, huh? Are there any cults hiding out there? That's a good question. Gabby would probably solve her own murder with so many pics and blogs. Super smart. Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of good that they're leaving. You know, I mean, some people were saying that it's a publicity stunt. They didn't have, when I pulled her, I put up her video on Sunday night was it, or Monday? I can't remember. But anyways, whatever day I put up her video, they only had like, I looked, there's very few subscribers on their channel. I doubt that they would have pulled one decent video and very few subscribers. So I really don't think that this is any kind of a publicity stunt. Plus, it's illegal. Gabby doesn't seem like the person that's gonna, break the law to get a YouTube channel going. Yeah, so lots of wildlife and lots of bears. So this is Jenny Lake. I don't know, man. I don't know. Brian, you're a son of a bitch, leaving her wherever you did and taking her car back to Florida. You don't give a rat's ass about her and her family. You're a pure excuse for a human being. Absolutely agree. 100%. Snake River near, okay, let's go back to the map. I'm going to go back to the map, out of the pictures, back to directions. Let's go. Where's that? Jenny Lake. Okay. Where is that? Oh, here's the Coulter Bay Village. It's not too far because they said they got him right here. So if you go back to directions, Coulter Bay Village, maybe. Coulter Bay Village, Wisconsin, Wyoming, to Jenny Lake. And they dropped him off at the dam, right? There you go. So from here to here is 28 minutes. It's interesting to me that it'd be way easier to hide a body in Grand Teton than it would be in Moab. Do you think well, it's more foresty, right? Moab's more open desert. I haven't been to either of them. I understand Brian put her things in storage. Why do that for a stunt? Why do it at all? Right. So clearly they were a hot mess, especially during this trip. And the whole, somebody was saying that, I want to say something. The domestic abuse thing, Brian wasn't the victim. Brian had scratches. Gabby was like trying to downplay things, blame herself. It's textbook narcissistic abuse, battered woman syndrome, battered partner syndrome, whatever you want to call it. He was all chit-chatty and smiley, and oh yeah, she gets a little out of control. It was so textbook. And the police did a good job, but I think that they need a little more understanding on the cycle abuse and what happens and how the victim responds versus the abuser. And, he might have the scratches on him and stuff, but that is frustration and anger, and they bait you. I mean, he locked her out of the dang van and she thought he was going to leave her. She had to jump in the window. That's emotional and mental abuse. He didn't have to touch her. And then she was so frustrated, she probably did smack him, so you can't smack people, but you can mentally mind F them, right? So, who said something about a suicide? Yeah, okay, let me go back. Moab is more desert and rock formation. Jackson Hole is high elevations, mountains, and trees. Yeah, easier to hide somebody there, right? What are you talking about with the suicide note comment? If she's been out in the elements for that long, they may not recover remains. The bears and other wildlife would, terrible, sickening thought. I know. It's awful. Gabby was clearly a victim on the August 12th incident. It's awful how police handled them. Right. I mean, they were polite and nice and calm to each of them, but I think they're missing something that they need more understanding of how real domestic violence works. It's not just about who has a scratch and who's calm and who's hysterical. That, she's manic. They're saying she's manic. She wasn't manic. She was freaking upset. I mean, goodness gracious. If you've ever been a victim, you would totally understand it. And, the cop going, oh, yeah, my wife has anxiety, blah, 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 whatever. I'm sorry. I'm sure she's not real happy about him announcing that all over the world. She didn't know it would go to the world. But it's not just about that. It starts with emotional abuse. It starts the gaslighting alone. They start making you think you're just insane. Like, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. What? You did that. Why didn't you put that there? I mean, anybody that really understands how that abuse cycle works, and unfortunately, I know from experience how it works. And, we think we're smart, and we are, but it's a mind thing, and they really, really, really can mess with you. And, I don't know. So, yes, they are tastefully frugal. They are there. Let me see if they're still. I closed it, but let's go back to see if they're still there. Is anybody updating on that over there? Live. Yeah, this is still live over here.
Why is it so hard for hardworking people to find a pair of reliable and durable shoes that can withstand anything that is thrown?
So it just looks like it's dark again. Here, hold on. Just to show you. So it just looks like it's still dark here. It doesn't look like much is going on right now. The shades are closed, but the cameras are still out there. Van living can be like a pressure cooker for some people. Oh, right? I mean, who wants to be in close quarters like that forever? It's like the other person's breathing starts bugging you after a while, right? Quit breathing. Making too much noise. Guilt and gaslighting. Yes. Right? Yes. Brian's sister supposedly said they fight and break up a lot. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they do. They're too young. They need to go. I don't know. I mean, a lot of young people can do it, but if they're in that cycle of breaking up and fighting and getting back together, there you go. That's again a clue. The honeymoon phase. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'll never do it again. I love you so much. Blah, blah, blah. Say all the right things. Kiss her butt. I'm so sorry. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Please don't leave me. Yada, yada, yada. And then boom. You're a piece of crap. Why are you doing that? I can't stand you. I'm going to lock you out of the car. I'm going to drive off out. You're out in the middle of nowhere, So Brian did lie and tell the police they've been living together for 4 or 5 months in the van, yet it only been a month. Yeah, that was a weird one too. I noticed that. He said, oh yeah, we've been on this road trip for 4 or 5 months. No, it was August when you got pulled over and you had left on July 2nd, literally 6 weeks. They broke off their engagement, but then they told the police they were engaged. Yeah. He had isolated her physically from family and friends. It opens up the chance to escalate the control. She moved to Florida, lived with him and his family. Her family's in New York. Yep. He lied about not having the phone in the police body cam footage too. Yeah, that was weird. I don't have a phone. And then she's like, make sure he gets his charger. And then he pulls out a phone later on. So that was weird. Brian's a little pansy. This goes way over and above the frustration of living in close quarters in a van. Right. But if you're already with it, somebody that's abusive like that, and then you decide to live in close quarters with them, I mean, clearly it's dangerous, right? What was the purpose of that? I still don't get the phone thing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Unless they didn't want the police to take their phone from them or something. And he lied at first thinking somebody was going to go to jail. Yeah, Tiffany. I know. That was weird, right? Jacqueline, hi. Thank you, Ruby, for reminding people to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about Barry Morphew bond. So I was working, so I only was like scanning and listening a little bit to looking at Twitter and stuff. But in the end, Barry Morphew is being bonded over or whatever, however they word it, to trial. And so there will be a trial, jury trial. But they did grant him $500,000 bail. Was it cash? $500,000 cash? So Barry Morphew is going to get out for a while. I think ankle monitor. Right. Life of chaos. Exactly. Like Lori, is going to get out for a while until he goes to trial. And who knows what's going to happen, because the judge literally said, yeah, there's enough evidence for him to go to hot trial, but there's not really enough. I'm not seeing enough evidence for him to, for the first-degree murder charge. So it's going to be up to a jury. I really think Barry Morphew might get off, you guys. I really think he might get off. I don't know, unless they pull something really big out of their hat. I don't know. I mean, they didn't give us anything that makes us for sure. I mean, there's so much evidence, but anything for sure? But let's see. Are you talking about the police? I thought they were very polite and nice to them. They didn't want to take them to jail. Clearly, they had no idea that this, they weren't psychic. They weren't going to see what was going to happen in the beginning. But from everything we know now, I really think that Gabby was in an abusive relationship, and she was so sweet and young and naive, and for whatever reason, she didn't get herself out of it in time. It happens to the best of us. I've told you about my best friend. So he seemed very twitchy regarding the van when the cops pulled them over. I wonder if he regarded the van as his. Yeah. Right. He portrayed her to be crazy, but the first one saying they're crazy is usually the one making the other one person that way behind closed doors. Oh yeah. She's got these mental health issues. She's crazy. Exactly. We both have anxiety, but hers is way worse than mine. And then she's like, I'm OCD and da 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 da. And you know how girls are, like, don't get your dirty feet. I just cleaned this all pretty and nice, and he's got dirty feet, and she didn't like that. And that's probably how I think that sounds like kind of how it started in this argument on the 12th. But anything's gonna set them off. The littlest things. It's not about that little thing, but it's about control. And she was. I mean, honestly, it was textbook. I mean, and she was so crying, and it's been she was so sweet. It's been a bad day. We're having personal issues, blah, blah, blah. She was trying to get back in the van, and she was trying to climb through the window. He locked her out. So yeah, she was. And then she even admitted when he was driving, she punched him. but she's 110 pounds soaking wet. She wasn't going to assault him with her bare hands. Like, she was frustrated and she was being abused. So yeah, I mean, you know, you got to see the whole story, not just that moment in time. So if somebody was sitting here abusing me and I was just supposed to take it emotionally and they were in my face or they were telling me they were going to leave me, what am I supposed to do? You know, I mean, it's happened to me before. I had my boyfriend was this close in my face, screaming at me, but didn't touch me, this close in my face. And what did I do? I smacked him. Of course I did. Get the hell out. I'm like, you're like a scared kitten at that point. So, you know, there's just such a bigger picture than just the fact that she smacked him or pinched him or scratched him. Bye, Life of Chaos. Thank you. Yep, she did. But was he in fear? Was she, you know, I mean, there's just so much more to it. I mean, we could go into domestic violence all day and all night. You know, sometimes they can never hit you. Right. If you get gaslighted enough, you can go over the edge. I mean, there's a book, Why Does He Do That? Inside the Mind of Angry and Abusive Men. Laundrie. It's excellent, excellent, excellent book. It makes you understand. It's almost like the little things and the little manipulation and the gaslighting and the mental abuse and the, you know, the passive aggressive comments and the you're not good enough kind of stuff. I agree. When I put out that video, everybody was like, a lot of people were like, no, her eyes were just swollen. She just woke up. But if you look at her, it was more swollen than just woken up. Either she had been crying all night or it was hurt. Mental abuse absolutely makes you, it can be worse than physical abuse. I mean, it really, it can and is. I lived through it for 28 years. He continues to abuse me through legal means by trying to divorce for 3 years. Yep, that's what happens one way or another. It's a fact the white girl goes missing and gets full. Yeah, I know. It does seem to be like that. I don't know why, but it does seem to get more attention when it's a pretty young or old blonde girl. Police are coming out. They got anything with them? That's what happens. There's lots of people out there still. I didn't realize there were that many people still out there. It was like it looked all quiet, right? I don't have the audio on this. I don't know if there's anything to hear or not besides major chaos. Let me turn it on. I gotta I don't know if I can switch it to put the audio on. Hold on. I'm going to do it again with the audio. Okay.
Can you hear me? just getting our microphone situated, but what you're watching right now is two police officers pulling away. They just walked outside of the home of Brian Laundrie. They left without saying anything. People were asking what they knew, what they possibly could have had, what they learned. They didn't say anything. Right now, we know police are just trying to clear the road. As we believe, it looks like there could be more police still inside of the home. But we did just see two police officers leave the house of Brian Laundrie, and they drove down the road. I'm watching that car now, and it looks as if it is pulling away and leaving the home. Here's another officer walking who was inside the home, I believe. Unclear if he's leaving, but I can tell you there are still Northport police officer cars here outside of the home of Brian Laundrie. They're clearing the roadway. It looks like this police car is also going to be leaving. Police not saying anything as they stepped out of the house, just getting into their cars. And as you can see right here, they are pulling away.
Any update, officer?
You can hear that officer right there. Someone asked any update, and the officer said, not at all, I quote. But that officer has been outside of the house this entire time, just clearing the road and making sure that cars can get through. Here comes another car, unclear just because it's dark out if this is a police officer or not, but as they get closer, we'll get a better idea. And just looking inside, no, it is just someone trying to get through the street. So not a police officer right there. But from my understanding, there are still police inside of the home. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on my surroundings right now of what I'm seeing. People are still hanging out here. People have kind of quieted down. I think everyone's just kind of running through their heads what's going on. I think everyone's still asking the question, are there police still inside? To which I believe there are. Excuse me, I'm stepping in mud right here. But let's see. The other police are getting into their car and pulling away. It looks as if that could have been it for the police inside the home. They may all be leaving right now. We do still have one police officer who is directing traffic on the streets. So we're keeping an eye on our surroundings right now. Of course, you're watching this live as it's happening right now. I will be texting our media contact with the Northport Police Department to see what updates they can give us, as police have just left the home. We know two police officers for sure left the house and drove away. They're off the street. They headed back to probably the police department. So it'll be interesting to see if they can tell us anything of what happened. I know this police is going to want us to step out of the road so we can kind of walk onto the side here to make sure that we are out of the roadway and allowing cars to drive past. So just bear with us here as we kind of walk and squeeze through here. Tons of cars on the street, kind of like this. I mean, just bunched up against each other. I mean, either way you look, this is all you're seeing. I will tell you, I'm parked a couple blocks down, and this is all you're seeing for every single street. But right here, I can show you that this is the house of Brian Laundrie that they had walked out of. We know police walked out, and they didn't say anything as they did. A lot of people out here were asking questions if they could say anything, and they didn't say anything as they left. I'm kind of just taking a little spin around to see if I can see anything else. Everyone's still out here, people just lining the streets, people kind of taking this all in. There are two police officers still in the driveway.
My sister just said this was on Brian's. This was, can you hear me now? This was on Brian, a comment on Brian's most recent Instagram post. Somebody by the name of Rob Brady 3 said, I've texted your dad, but I guess Christopher blocked me. His dad is Christopher. Everyone knows about your nasty temper. Tell them about the time you choked her out. Don't worry, Skeletor, we know. So now see, if there has been these witnesses and people that know him to have been abuses to her, that's going to come out as well.
But of course, that's information that we're just kind of watching, waiting, and looking out for. Lights still on inside of the house. And in case you joined us since I last spoke, I do want to remind people that Northport police are here in Northport at Brian Laundrie's home speaking to his family. They are not talking to Brian Laundrie himself, and I just got a text. Let's read it here. Okay, this is important. So I just got a text from the lawyer of Brian Laundrie, and he texted me. I'm going to read it word for word right now. Be advised that the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie are currently unknown. The FBI is currently at the Laundrie residence removing property to assist in locating Brian. As of now, the FBI is looking for both Gabby and Brian. That is a brand new detail I am just learning. I am going to copy this message and I'm going to send it into my station. So breaking right now, we are learning that the FBI is currently looking for Brian. Brian is not inside of this home. I can confirm that to you. That is eye-opening information that I'm just learning about. Let me see if I can just get this to my news station so they can alert more people about this. This is very important information that everyone should be aware of. This information I am getting from Brian Laundrie's attorney, the lawyer representing him, just sent me this text message. That is very big information that we're learning. I'm just kind of rereading this text message I got. Yes, this is the attorney representing Brian Laundrie. Be advised, the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie are currently unknown. The FBI is currently at the Laundrie residence removing the property to assist in locating Brian. As of now, the FBI is looking for both Gabby and Brian. I am going to ask him, do you have any idea where Brian could be? This is all happening in real time. I'm literally texting as the moment. Do you have any idea where Brian could be? Let's see if he answers that question. Looks as if my station has also sent me a message. So, alrighty, so that's breaking news. For those of you not familiar with this case, I want to bring you a little bit up to speed. So we all know that Gabby Petito is missing and that she was engaged or is engaged to Brian Laundrie. That's the home we're at right now. I just heard from his lawyer who tells me that Brian, not inside of this home here in Northport, his family is. And the lawyer tells me that the police are here looking for evidence to locate Brian. So now the search is for Brian and Gabby, which is very interesting information to learn. I mean, just myself right now, I have tons of questions surrounding this. My biggest question is, we believe he was here at this Northport home. Is his family aware of where he could be, where he could have gone? Is his family, assisting him and wherever he is? These are questions that I believe a lot of people have. Very interesting to learn that information. Let's see if the lawyer has texted me back here. Doesn't look like he has responded, but this is big information. And I will refresh some of your minds that Laundrie's attorney, who's representing him, who has advised him to not say anything, to remain quiet, is out of New York. I believe he's in Long Island, New York. So that's where we're communicating from. And very interesting information. I almost want to reread this text message to all of you that I got. So this is coming from the attorney of Brian Laundrie. He says, be advised that the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie are currently unknown. The FBI is currently at the Laundrie residence, which we are here now, removing the property to assist in locating Brian. As of now, both the FBI are looking for both Gabby and Brian. So that's interesting. The third sentence right there where he says that police are here at the home looking for property to locate Brian. All of our understanding when we came out here at first was to see if it was to help locate Gabby. So maybe it's a part of the puzzle piece. To locate Brian, we can locate Gabby. So very interesting. I'm going to reach out to Northport Police regarding that, see if they have anything to tell us. I can tell you police are still out here. We have 2 police in the driveway over there. We have dozens and dozens of people just lining up on the street, people not ready to leave, not ready to go home. And it appears that this is a big update. I mean, this is huge news. I'm almost not what I was expecting to hear, because coming out here, everyone's saying, Brian, come out. Brian, we have questions for you. But we have confirmed Brian not in this house, and Brian not sure where he is. So now we know that Gabby is missing, as well as Brian. The FBI is assisting in locating both of them currently. So this is pretty big, because I feel like everyone was saying that they wanted Brian Laundrie to speak up so they can learn where Gabby is. Now, not knowing where Brian could be.
Do you remember the one friend on TikTok said that Brian was pulled over in the van, though, back in Florida? Do you remember that? Was that ever confirmed?
I just keep looking left and right and just seeing all of these people with signs. I will tell you something that's interesting. Since those two police officers walked out of Brian Laundrie's family's home, everything's kind of been silent. Everything's been very quiet. Before we had people with loudspeakers chanting, "Where's Gabby?" And now things have gone to be a lot more quiet. So that's an interesting observation I have. And I will point out that police are still out here in the driveway.
They did. They said that in the press conference, that they knew where Brian was. The news reporters asked,
Yes.
and they did say that. You're right.
Some people just texting me what's going on. They saw our update with Laundrie's attorney saying that his location right now is unknown and that the FBI is searching for him. So I think this was a twist.
But they also confirmed that they took the van from his parents' house. So he must have gone back there with it after he was pulled over.
And hopefully Northport
I don't know. That one still confuses me a little bit.
A lot of people. You saw it out here tonight, and you can still see it out here. I mean, people are just all over the place. They're invested in this case, and they care. I mean, that one mother who, when I asked her, she started crying. I mean, she doesn't know Gabby, she doesn't know Brian, and she immediately just had tears in her eyes. So just incredible to see the support and how far this story has gone. And now it's pretty eye-opening to see that Brian himself is now missing.
So she just got that text from his lawyer. So yeah, they already had the lawyer 10 days into after Gabby went missing, when Gabby's mom figured out that Gabby was missing. So Brian must have been back in Florida. So what did he do? Take off again? Did his parents put him in a hotel somewhere and then he booked it?
Thinking back to what we saw tonight, I
Wow.
recap. When we got here, we know that there were 4 Northport police officers inside the home. They came out, they grabbed evidence bags to bring back inside the home. I haven't seen those evidence bags with my eyes come out. We did see at one point that those police officers came and searched a car in the driveway. Now I'm just wondering, with Laundrie in an unknown location, what this car in this driveway could potentially have, what that could potentially tell us in this case. Hopefully Northport police will tell us a little bit about what they were looking for in the car and if they had found anything. But the lights are still on in this house. Police are still out here in the driveway, and people are still out here for sure. So it's just very interesting to see, once we kind of got that news, once the police left the house and drove away, everything really did.
I wouldn't be surprised. Seems like everybody down there in Florida has a boat. I mean, seriously, in that, especially, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a boat. He could be on his way to Cuba. I'll mute her until she comes back. Wow, so that's huge. Now Brian's missing. He's hiding for sure, but is he going to kill himself, or is he just being a chicken, trying to figure out what he's going to do? He could be anywhere. Doesn't he know his parents can be jailed? This is true. They should have had all eyes on him. My brother was trying to tell me this big old story that they're watching his devices, and they can, if they have any smart devices in their home, they're listening, and they probably have a drone 400 feet above his house. And Jim, if you're watching, I think you might be wrong, because Brian disappeared. They let him get away. Mommy and daddy are powdering his butt somewhere. Do you think his parents would risk getting arrested? I mean, who knows? I don't know. Someone told me to go look at the reviews of they own some kind of a business, and someone said go look at the reviews on Google of their business, the Laundrie's business. They said apparently there must be bad reviews. If he did something to Gabby, he could have easily transported her in the back of the van with no one knowing and dump her body anywhere between Wyoming and Florida. Absolutely, sure could have. But where's the cadaver dogs? The FBI should have had them in that van, right? If she's gone, he's behind bars forever, right? Balls repeatedly dropped another case, another state, another day. Cling to your popular narratives and believe what you're told. I think he's a spoiled brat too. I mean, although their house is a pretty modest house, you know, they don't look rich. Clearly, huh, Stephanie? FBI, I think you need the YouTube world to do your work for you. We're probably doing a little better job right now. Come on, there's got to be a YouTuber that knows where Brian is right now. Where's Tyson Draper? I think if he did it, he took her for a hike somewhere and came back without her. What human animal? What do you think humanimal? I never can say what your name. What do you think about the whole story of him with the hitchhiker when he was hitchhiking, telling him that his fiance's back at the van working on their social media? Well, that's so weird. No, they're not poor. They're not poor. No, they're definitely not poor. But it's modest house. I mean, it's not like it's a, sprawling 8,000 square foot, 8,000 square foot, mansion or anything. I just saw a video of a girl saying that she and her boyfriend picked up Brian on the 29th when he was hitchhiking close to Jackson Hole. How does this make sense? The van turns up in Florida on September 1st. Yes, I played that on here a little while ago. I got her TikTok and I put it on here. But yes, she did. And her story sounds completely legit. The way she described him, the way he said his girlfriend's back working on the social media in the van, like totally legit. Really, really, truly believe that story. Tyson Draper has a new video out today, but I haven't watched it. I know he was gonna, he's back. I thought he was gone, but I guess he's back, huh? Thank you, Ruby. Channel Horror Pop found that comment. I will miss you on Ho's Bizarre Art Instagram. Yes, Modest Home. I thought that was a fake. I thought somebody made a fake channel. A fake Brian channel because it's not our Instagram. I thought it was just like a clone that somebody threw up there. Tyson will be in a runabout on the canal out back there chasing down Brian, who's escaping on a windsurfer. Okay, so she had him on, she picked him up at 6:00 p.m., I think she said, on August 29th. He was back in Florida on September 1st. There's 31 days in August, right? 30 days has September, April, June, November, August, 31. Yeah, 31 days in August. So he would have had to take off maybe that night, the 29th night. He would have had till the 30th night, the 31st. Yeah, you're right. It's doable. Left Undone. Well, I think Gabby would have liked to have been working alone in the van, but I doubt Brian would leave her with the van. No way. Right. I agree. that's something. Yeah, you're right. You know, and he's on adrenaline and he's booking the heck out of whatever happened, whatever, you know, he killed her, threw off a cliff, some accident, whatever went on. I think it's violent. I think something really bad happened now, especially after reading that a friend of his says that the friend of his says that everybody knows that he choked her out. So, are there any old police reports about them? Oh, she's talking again. Let's see what she has to say. Hold on.
Text him. Let's see, I believe I have a text. Not from him, but I will say he has not answered my question, but I did ask him if he has any idea where Brian could be as his lawyer. You would imagine that maybe they were speaking. Maybe he was the last person to talk to him. Maybe his family was. It'd be interesting to see. It looks like Northport Police have tweeted. So I'm going to go to their Twitter right now and get you guys that update. Let's see. Okay, this is good information for us. So Northport Police Chief Todd Garrison just tweeted out 14 minutes ago, the conversation at the Laundrie home is complete. Once we have the details, a statement will be made. We ask for a calm exclamation point. Please let us work through this and information will be forthcoming. All right, so Northport Police Chief saying that their conversation inside is complete. That would lead me to believe that police are no longer inside the home. I'll read the tweet one more time for all of you. The conversation at the Laundrie home is complete. Once we have details, a statement will be made. We ask for calm. Please let us work through this and information will be forthcoming. So I will retweet that just so more people can see it. Alrighty. Retweet that. What is interesting to me is there are police that were told to stay outside of the home. So I wonder if that's for the family's safety, if they'll be here all night. That's a question I have for police. Let's see. Okay. So it would be my assumption that police are no longer inside the home. Just kind of taking a look around. I can tell you, people are still out here. People have not left. The crowd has definitely gone down. Just going to take a step over here to really.
So the Northport Police Department, the conversation at the Laundrie home is complete. Once we have the details, a statement will be made. We ask for calm. Please let us work through this and information will be forthcoming. How bizarre. And, you know, my sister just texted me. She's like, I love that now he's missing. The FBI is allowed in his house and the parents are talking. Like, oh no, well, now our kid's missing. Now we're really worried. No, help us, police. Like, right? I mean, really, seriously? It's their own fault. I mean, really. It's their own fault. Like, you sat there and shielded him from the news and everything, gave him a way to hide from them, and now he freaked and left, and now you're worried about your son. Everybody's text. Dude, does my family not watch my YouTube channel? I mean, my daughter, Brian is on the run. All right, well, they're very dedicated to me and my channel. Thank you, family. So, I don't know, you guys. Brian's on the run. TikTok girl is a great witness. She picked him up. He was seen without Gabby on the 29th. None of this looks good. I'm really thinking this is going to have a terrible outcome. I mean, just trying to be realistic. There's always a miracle, always hope, but I'm just really, it's not looking good. Why would Brian be on the run if he didn't do anything wrong? Why would Brian be on the run if they just separated and went their own ways? You know? The parents probably flew him out of the country a few days ago, and now they're pretending to be shocked that he's gone. But his passport would show up along the way. They would know where he is through immigration customs, right? I was thinking they were only 30 days in August, but why was he hitching if he had the van? This is really strange all around. Exactly. That's why I keep saying, like, I'm trying to understand the whole van not with him when he's hitchhiking, but then the van winds up back in Florida and he winds up back in Florida as far as we know. And Gabby never came out of Grand Teton. Last time she talked to her mom was August 25th. That's what I'm saying. If he didn't do something wrong, he would have talked to law enforcement. I agree. He talked to the police when they pulled him over. He didn't go, oh no, where's my lawyer? We don't speak to police officers. You know, he didn't do that then. Right? We lost answers with Alex. Now, if we lose him, we're in it. Absolutely. With the Daybell case, we lost so many answers with Alex. There are 31 days in August. So the 29th. So he had the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st to get back to the end, whatever was left on the 29th, if he took off, the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st to get back to Florida. But yeah, it's totally doable. That's 3 days. That's 72 hours, you know, minimum. How did he get back to the van, and why was he away from it? So bizarre. Yeah, that's my point. I can't understand that part. My nose itches. Yeah. So bizarre. We drive 100 or 110 so miles, 75 miles. Okay, you guys are all way better road trippers than me. I can't get from Southern Oregon to Southern California in one day. I just have to stop. I go halfway and I get a hotel. So that my limit's about 6 hours. It would take me 10 days. It would take me 10 days to get back to Florida, apparently. Oh, she's talking again. Let's see what she has to say. Probably more interesting than what I have to say.
Tells me that the FBI is looking for both Gabby and Brian now. So that's a major update in this case. Northport Police Chief saying that they should be releasing information. They're asking everyone to remain calm as they get to that point, asking really just for everyone's patience. But they say that their conversation, this is according to the Northport Police Chief, the conversation inside of the house tonight is complete with police. And I can also recap that the intent of police coming out here was to talk to Brian Laundrie's family and not Brian Laundrie himself. And according to his lawyer, Brian Laundrie's lawyer, he tells me that the conversation was to help assist in where Brian could be, which I think is different than a lot of people thought out here. They thought it was to help find Gabby. So maybe it could be both. That's answers we will ask the Northport Police Department as well as the FBI, both investigating this national search now for Gabby and Brian. So big update there. For now, I'll turn off my microphone, and any other big updates, I'll be sure to tune right back in.
So, wow, guys. Okay. So we are every day. Okay, here. Players' choices. He was hiking because Gabby had the van when the police pulled them over. He had to hike, bro code. The cops dropped him off at the hostel, guys. That's why. No, because that was a week before. And he had already gone back to Florida and back. So they get pulled over in Moab. August 12th. He spends the night in a hotel. She has the van. August 17th to the 23rd, he goes back to Florida, comes back to Salt Lake City. They stay in a hotel on the 23rd. They check out on the 24th. She talks to her mom on the 25th. They head to Grand Teton. That was it. Then he's spotted in Grand Teton on the 29th when he was hitchhiking. That's the timeline. Yeah, it was a week before. See, that's what I'm afraid of, that when he flew home and they packed her stuff up in storage, what story did he tell his parents? Oh, yeah, Gabby and I broke up for good. We got to move her stuff out. She's going to come down with her dad from New York and pick it up. We're putting it in storage, yada, yada, whatever. And then, oh, we made up. I'm going back to see Gabby. And he goes back. Like, he had to be lying so much to his parents, too. There's no way he could have been completely straight with his parents the whole time. If this is a ruse, could it be for a doll? I just don't think they're that smart. And they only had like a couple, they had maybe 500 or 1,000 subscribers on their channel. I don't think that that's, I need to mute this again. I don't think that that's what happened here. Yes, the police pulled them over because a pedestrian reported them arguing. The cops separated them and gave Gabby the van. He was taken to a hotel soon after, then hitched a ride back to the van. Yeah, but that was a week before. That wasn't, he went to Florida after that. They were seen in a hotel after that. Their dad ordered a pizza after that. That was the 12th, 13th. She talked to her mom on the 25th. They were seen checking out of a hotel on the 24th. So it's not that. It was too far in between for those two things to happen. He wasn't hitchhiking for, 10 days. Why would he go all the way home even though the relationship's over? You don't leave me even if I told you. And absolutely, right? No, don't leave. You don't leave. You don't get to leave. That was August 12th, right? Right. You guys got it. Robbie, what? I'm curious about her stay while she was in Utah for 10 days, right? That's a lot of days. So we don't know what happened between the 13th and the 17th. I guess we could map out her Instagram, but I'm not sure she was posting on the actual days where she was in the certain places either. But we know he went home to Florida from the 17th to the 23rd. Came back on the 23rd. They checked out of the hotel on the 24th. And on the 25th, she talked to her mom and they were headed to Grand Teton. And then they were going to go to Yellowstone. He abandoned her mid-trail, ran back to Miami, then returned to retrieve the van that he knew Gabby couldn't retrieve. But she talked to her mom on the 20th. You mean after that, like between the 25th and the 29th? Right? I'll get a murder board up here or whatever you want to call it. We need that. Like we need the yarn and the board and everything because we just do. Look up timelines on Google at Player's Choice. Okay. Players set up a whiteboard. Oh, that's exactly what we need. Brian is missing. Brian is hiding. Is Brian a danger to himself? Where's Brian? I'm just now reading the banner at the bottom of the video. Is it really true that Brian's missing? Did he flee? Yes. Police just said that his lawyer told the news lady that Brian's missing. That they're looking for Brian and the FBI is looking for Brian. The FaceTime with her mom was on the 25th. The 25th. Vision board. Well, vision boards are nice though. Like I want a beautiful mansion and a yacht and a huge diamond and I don't know, like 1 million subscribers. Vision board. Yeah, this is breaking news. Thunder Cruise just happened. We watched all the news people, watched the police come out, and then boom, the news lady's like, I just got a text from Brian's lawyer. This literally happened 10 minutes ago. And oh my gosh, now FBI and everybody is looking for Brian, because that's why Brian's parents decided to talk, because now they can't find their baby. We were in the background for Gabby, but now we're in the foreground. Where's Brian? I don't know. I'm being mean, but I don't care. This has been a fiasco. You know, if this was my kid, I'd be like, you're going to the police department right now, and you're going to talk. You can bring your damn lawyer, but you're going to tell them where you last saw Gabby. And if you did something terrible, you get what you deserve. He wanted to go north, right? Yeah, that's what she was saying on the TikTok, right? 25th to the 29th gives him 4 days. Yeah, but why was he hitchhiking on the 29th? You'd think he would have left by then. I think a whole new incident happened after he came back. I think a whole new incident happened, and it got out of control, and there wasn't a good Samaritan there to call the police on them because they were remote, you know, by the river or something. I don't know. Right? Yeah, his parents are stupid. I mean, that's not parenting, but I don't know what his upbringing is like, but clearly he, you know, I feel like they protected him, and now it's biting them in the butt. It's biting them in the butt. I wonder if they're watching. Hi. They're probably watching the news. Right. Gabby didn't like driving the van, so she wouldn't be driving it. True. She said, I don't even know how far is it, because I don't even normally drive the van. Right. Yeah. She did say that when they got pulled over. Nope. They don't have her phone as far as we know. Hopefully they're able to get her phone records, but they don't have her phone. They need to find her. They have prolonged their pain for sure. Isn't it ghetto in Jacksonville, Florida? They're not in Jacksonville. They're in Northport, Florida, which is on the Gulf side. And where you're hearing Jackson from is Jackson, Wyoming. That's where they were when Gabby went missing, was Jackson, Wyoming. So if you're avid hikers, it's not a good idea to go hiking if you're bickering all the time. I mean, hiking is already a little dangerous, right? For sure. Being alone on no cliff next to some crazy boyfriend that wants to choke me out. Parents asked for the police to come to Northport. Police are currently speaking with the Laundrie family at their request. At this time, we are not speaking with Brian. More details when available. Yeah, and now Brian's not there. Brian's missing. Brian's missing. Una, you're back. I think he's going to kill himself. That's what I'm afraid of. And we need answers before he does that. Let's hope he leaves a note if he does. Another Fotis Doulos, you know? Why people need to have a locator. Beacons on you, even if dead, they can still look. Like my dog. Well, no, we can't locate my dog with the chip. We can just, if somebody finds her, they can find me. They did leave with 3 bags of soap. Noise keeps bears away. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. We got to fight. We got to argue so the bears don't come eat us. This has to be shocking for his parents. I can imagine if it was my son. I don't know. I have 3 sons and 1 daughter. If it was my son, I would, like I said, I would have pulled their ear and made them go sit down and talk. I'd rather have them alive in prison for the rest of their life than this. Wouldn't you? I think he's too ashamed. He's not going to want people to know what he did. You know, and clearly they're not mature 22 and 23-year-olds. There's plenty of mature 22 and 23-year-olds, but I don't think they're very mature. They clearly had a pretty volatile relationship, a lot of drama, a lot of stress. I think they were probably too young to take this kind of a road trip together for so long without breaks in between or without other people with them. I know where my boys are all the time. I'm the mom stalker. Yeah, I know. Seriously. Well, I try to know where mine are all the time. They know where I am all the time. I was just saying, my son has I don't have him locator on my phone, but he has me. Shouldn't it be mutual? Like if he can locate me, shouldn't I be able to locate him? I don't even know how that works, but he has a locator on me. There's reception there. I doubt no, he didn't take a phone. He probably somehow got a burner phone or maybe had a burner phone. Maybe, I don't know. The analyst was a letter saying they wanted to talk to them. The analyst was a letter saying they wanted to talk to him. Oh, that was in the envelope that day? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the analyst. Oh, you're talking to the analyst. I'm like, who's that? What? Oh, thank you, Funda Cruz, for the super sticker. Much appreciated. And you know that you are always so sweet. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. In Wyoming, I was responding to the no reception was a lie. Oh, okay, gotcha. I checked that storage unit. Oh, Witty Mystic. Good. Yep, totally. That would be a good one. That would be a place to check, especially if there's anything there you need to get. I don't feel bad for his parents because they had no feelings for Gabby's parents and ignore their pleas for information. They definitely did. Oh, that's why I'm like, wait, we don't want to be in the background anymore. We want to be in the foreground because now our baby's gone. What if he forced her into sex trafficking in his $1 million industry? Would he really be on the run then? I mean, anything's possible in this story. This story has been so weird. Those roads in Moab and Jackson, I wouldn't drive a van on them either. Honestly, the world now, summer, Gabby, it's all very dark and disturbing. You're right. It's so sad and scary. And people go missing so much. I feel like, is it more just because I have a channel? I don't know. I mean, back in the day, all we got was the newspaper on the doorstep, right? Or the 6 o'clock news, 5 o'clock local news, 6 o'clock news. But now in this world, we get like Twitter and everything breaking. You learn everything at once. JCAF, thank you very much for the super sticker. Very kind of you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. During meditation this morning, I kept repeating, where is Gabby Petito, over and over, and I saw a few things. I wrote them down and started forming a timeline to understand better. There's definitely, the one really, really, really good thing about Gabby is her digital footprint. She's on trails. There was the Cold podcast. I saw a news article from the people that do the Cold podcast. They were finding all her reviews of the camps they stayed at along this trip. Like Gabby was submitting pictures and reviews. Thank you for becoming a member, VDX444. I will, Ruby, remind me to share the Discord when we're done in the community tab, the Discord link, because paying members it's $1.99 to become a paying member. I don't raise it. I'm not going to raise it. I used to have levels. I don't have levels anymore. I'm just keeping everything $1.99 for members. We do a happy hour on the first Friday of the month, and we have Discord. And of course, hopefully I can get more stuff going. But for your $1.99 a month, you get in the Discord and we have a channel for Gabby now in there too as well to talk about. So if anybody would like to join our membership, we definitely are growing this community and trying to make it with good, smart people that have a lot of intelligent information to add. So thank you so much for joining. And again, JCAF, thank you so much for the super sticker. Was he being watched? How did he slip away? Well, if you talk to my brother, my brother can telling me that they're spying on them. They got a drone 400 feet in the air over his house, and they're tapping into his smart devices. But I'm kind of thinking that's not true. I don't know where he came up with that idea. Social media are onto it now with streams. Thank you for staying on so long. You're welcome very much. I like being able to, it's perfect timing because I got off work and it's weekend, right? So I like being able to talk about things as they happen. Consider joining chat all time, anytime. Thank you very much. That's right. Was he being, I can't understand how he slipped away unless somebody helped him, right? Or his parents put him somewhere, not at the house, because they knew everybody was watching the house, and he slipped away from that place. Oh, DC Pops, thank you very much. I don't know about stunning. It's been a whole long day, but I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. Gabby did a beautiful job on their YouTube video. She did a great job on their YouTube video. And they have a drone, pictures, and everything. They did amazing. It was beautiful. She did a really good job. That channel was probably going to do really well for their van life. I keep seeing that. I still have it up over here. And I keep seeing, I can add it back, but let's just set it without. I keep seeing the lights kind of go on and off, but I think it's people's lights shining at the home. I'm afraid if my camera battery dies, I might have to change it, or I'll just end. It'll go to because then my microphone will end too, because my microphone's hooked up to the camera. That's what I was trying to say. He couldn't have left today with that mob out there. The parents knew he was gone for a while. Right. I think the parents had him somewhere, or he was staying somewhere with somebody and he was able to slip out from wherever he was. This unmarked location. Maybe his sister Cassie, who said, I can't even talk to him either. How weird is that? She did a great job. Such a cute, sweet girl. That part where she's like, oh my God. Where was Brian when she was holding up the walls in the raining tent? Where the hell was he that day? When was that? It was while they were in Utah, because the next day she said it rained all night. And then I think that was when she was going to go make the granola. And she's like, his granola. Somebody pointed that. His granola, his this, his that. Like nothing was ours. It was his. I call that one of those kind of people. Narcissists are jealous of that. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying, like maybe, she was getting a lot of good attention on the channel, and he was very negative about it. Remember, she said that when they got pulled over, she said, I don't know how she worded it, but she said something like, he doesn't think that I can do well with my, she said something. I don't know what the exact quote was, but she made it sound like he was negative about her having the YouTube and the social media and the Instagram stuff going on for the van life world. But, he's an idiot, because it probably could have paid their way if she was going to do, she would have grown. She would have grown for sure. You got to take the dog for a walk. Tell me I'm late. If you're still live when I return, I'll be back. Otherwise, thank you for your video. I'll see you later. Thank you for being here, DC Bobs. I appreciate it. I'm not going to be on much later because my dogs are an hour past their dinner time. I locked them up right now because they were out of control, and they always are when they think it's time to eat. She looked happy, and maybe he took a hike. Yeah. Oh, maybe. But it was pouring. Remember? It was raining. They have tracks in Salt Lake City, so she could have gone lots of places while it was gone. It hurt my heart hearing her say that. He didn't want her to feel like she was going to make it. I know. It was mean. Again, Perfect example, not encouraging, discouraging, negative. You're not good enough for that. Why would you think you could do that? Well, you can give it a try, but I missed it. Tiffany got a sad face. Oh, yeah, this part. Yeah, sad. City train tracks. Oh, okay, Mama D, thank you. Like tracks? Tracks. I was thinking, like, is that like, like hostels? Or I don't know where my brain went with that one. Maybe they got him a blonde wig and shaved. Maybe. All right, let's see if there's anything else before I wrap up. People keep changing the name of these Facebook groups. I don't know why. Okay. I don't see anything amazingly new. That house still looks pretty quiet right now. Brian's missing. Hopefully they find him. So I think that's about it on the updates. What do you guys think? Barry Morphew's going to be out for a while. Brian's missing. Gabby is what we really care about. And all that. And of course, Suzanne was never found in the Morphew case. So you're very welcome, Karen. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being here. Be awesome if accidentally she caught him doing something to her on the drone. Who? Wait, what? Who, what? Narcissists know when their partner is too good for them, and eventually she would have figured that out. I've been too good for a couple of them. Some of us attract them. I don't know why. They're good. They say all the right things. They do the right things, but I leave. All right. So see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. I will be doing a live stream then. Maybe there'll be an update on Brian at that point and Gabby. I'm hoping we need this to wrap itself up pretty soon, so that this isn't one of those never ending. Did they ever find that girl in Grand Teton? I hope it's not. I just hate these ones that we've been following, like everything. The West kids, Summer, Wells, Suzanne. We found JJ and Tylee, unfortunately, not the way we wanted to. Yeah, mental health issues, easy victim. Yeah, for sure. And I don't think she had severe mental health issues. I think he was making her sound like that. I really do. She said she was OCD, but I think she was just very organized and particular and kind of what we used to call anal, and I'm sure that'll all come out at some point. But I don't think she was seriously mentally ill, that needed to be medicated. So many people have anxiety these days. I don't know if it's all the electronic devices in our faces and stuff, but I'm telling you, almost all of my patients, and my patients are in their childbearing years, so many of them have anxiety diagnosis. It's just like, who doesn't? That's how I feel, but I'm a nurse, and I hear this all the time. Yes, exactly. I'm sure he knew exactly how to push your buttons and make her react and hit him so he could look like a victim. That's what I'm saying. Yep. If he went back to get her, the cops see him on the drone. Oh, gotcha. Oh, you mean now? He's back. You think he might be going back to Grand Teton to go find her himself? I mean, that could be a possibility. Oh my God, anything's possible right now. He probably diagnosed her. Exactly. Oh yeah, officer, she's got issues. They all say that. We're all crazy and they're all, look at that. She's just a crazy, you know, and if you start dating a guy and they start telling you how crazy their ex is, probably shouldn't date him. Because I'll be the crazy one next. You'll be telling people I'm crazy. All right. I was going to wrap up. Let's see. A couple more. I saw a picture of them when they were on the I saw a picture of them. They were on the 25th in Ogden, Utah. To clear, ask you, does anyone know where this was? And a lot of people from here. It's the Monarch Wall in Ogden, Utah. But I don't think that picture was, I think he might have did it on her social media, or it's an old picture. So if he put it up on the 25th on her Instagram, she talked to her mom on the 25th. The 25th could have been the day he did something or something happened to her. Wonder if you could tell what time it was posted on Instagram, like at night or in the morning, and what time she talked to her mom, you know, all that. A stranger thing has happened. Okay. All right. So I am going to go because I'm hungry. I'm going to eat dinner. My dogs are probably ready to, I don't know, be mad at me. Whatever dogs do when they're hungry and you haven't fed them. There you go. ICD 10 code 666. Look at you knowing all your ICD 10, your codes. I don't know them by heart. I'm like, I know high risk pregnancy code. I don't even know that. It's like ICD 9. I don't know. Never mind. All right. So they're talking to the police. Okay, hold on. You want me to see what this is? Let's find out what's happening here. There's no microphone. I can barely hear what they're saying. Oh, I thought you knew them from the top of your head. I was like, whoa, look at you, man. You got the ICD codes on there. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I can't hear anything on this, you guys. So, all right, go see what the news is reporting. Make a comment on my community tab. I will right now go put for new members, I will put the Discord link on the community tab right now too. And if anybody sees anything crazy and new, let me know in Discord or on the community tab, okay? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it, everyone. I will see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time for our live stream. All right. Take care.